The Mediterranean diet that so many Americans are absolutely crazy for and about, driving one of the biggest IPOs of the year. Fast casual, or they call it chef casual. The chef casual restaurant chain CAVA is going public on the New York Stock Exchange. It opened this morning with such a bang, trading up 88%, $42 a share. It was priced at $22. Okay, and that was at the high end of the range. And as you see right now, it is soaring right now 103% as we speak. The gains pushing its valuation to nearly $5 billion. As the overall IPO market remains on ice, could CAVA's rip-roaring debut open the floodgates for more restaurant chains? Joining me now, CAVA Group co-founder and CEO Brett Schulman, and CAVA Group co-founder and Chief Content Officer Ted Xenohristos. Great to have you both. This has got to be a wild day for you. Are you running on fumes, Brett?
Well, Liz, first of all, thanks for having us. It's just a very exciting day and a really great recognition for the hard work our team has done the last 12 years.
Were you guys nervous, Ted?
Super nervous.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard that the process on the morning of, I've talked to a lot of founders, and they say there's a pit in their stomach. And it's so nerve-wracking.
I jumped up at 3 a.m. today and thought it was the time I had to wake up, and I was literally about to go out the door ready. We were pumped up and ready to go. So.
And well, here it is. Here's you got. Okay, at the NYSE, you rang the bell. Brett did the big fist pump. Everybody's excited and psyched. And here comes the real point. You know you can't look at the daily stock machinations, do you?
No, I even said that to the team last night. You know, we're not going to be defined by the ups and downs during the daily stock price trading. We're going to be defined by what we do over the next 10 years. And that's what we've done the last 12 years is keep our heads down, focus on our mission to bring heart, health, and humanity to food and serve that great Mediterranean cuisine with that CAVA hospitality.
Okay, so there are people watching right now who are not in one of the 24 states where there are CAVA restaurants and fast restaurants. You know, what do you describe yourself as in a word so that they understand why this has become so popular?
We say, you know, Mediterranean cuisine, our cuisine is the unique cuisine where taste and health unite without compromise. You can have this high definition, satisfying, flavorful food and eat healthful food at the same time. You don't need a snack or a nap when you eat CAVA.
A snack or a nap. Oh, I'm glad you didn't practice that.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you didn't practice.
Our customers tell us this.
Okay, you've got 260 stores, Ted. You are raising several $100 million today with this IPO. Where will that money be directed first, right off the bat?
Well, I usually focus on the food part of the business, so I usually leave that stuff to Brett, who does a great job of putting it to good use.
But as you focus on the food, is there anything you want to add or change at this point with the newfound money, whether it's equipment or ramping up hiring?
Sure. I mean, we always want to take care of our team members. I mean, my mom was a waitress growing up. For me, when I was growing up, and she used to drag me to the restaurant, and I fell in love with this business. And you know, you saw people go through that restaurant business and kind of get churned out. And one of the reasons we started this was to take care of people. So using that money to continue to do that and expand to all the other states will be one of our priorities. So we're excited about that.
Okay, let's talk about more store openings. There's one going up in Edgewater, New Jersey.
Yes.
Where else?
Yeah, so we operate in over 22 states today. There's 26 states in the continental U.S. we are not operating in. We're looking forward to going into those states, and one of them will be Illinois. Chicago is where we said we're going to expand to next year, and then we'll continue to grow within the 22-state footprint. But Chicago gives us an entry into the Midwest region, which is a region of the country that we don't have any existing restaurants in today. So we're excited to open those new markets and build out in existing markets.
I love that Edgewater got one before Chicago did. That is very exciting to me personally. You know, let's talk about the comparisons, which are odious, as George Bernard Shaw would say. They are odious, but you got to bring them up. Sweet Green, obviously, was one of the chains that went public and has floundered, certainly. And they are a big salad chain. How do you avoid becoming something that doesn't quite work because you're not profitable yet?
Well, I think there's a couple things that really drive the success of CAVA that draw some distinction. One is our proven portability, right? We're operating in 22 states plus the District of Columbia today. And we have consistent average unit volume performance and success across all those markets, whether it's Bryant Park here in Manhattan, Back Bay in Boston, or Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Fayetteville, Arkansas. And it's not just in the cities, it's in the suburbs. Over 82% of our restaurant fleet are in the suburbs. And we're not just an intuitive choice at lunch, we're an intuitive choice at dinner. We roast, we grill, we braise, we cook with fire. We have a 45% dinner mix, 55% lunch mix. So that gives us 2 day parts to really grow our average unit volumes and drive our traffic and comp, and that results in very powerful unit economics. When you look at our unit economics, our restaurant level margin, or the expansion of restaurant level dollars, we've had tremendous momentum in the past 18 months.
Ted, I'm actually touched that you revealed that your mom had been a waitress.
Yeah.
And when I think about that, I look at what you guys do with your team members and your staff. You have paid sick leave, paid parental leave. Is there a starting minimum wage that you pay?
Yeah, our starting minimum wage from what I remember is 17 now?
Well, it was $13 an hour back in 2016, right? Which was before many had raised minimum wage, and we've invested every year since. And we are now an average hourly wage well north of $16 an hour.
What would you say? Because these Wall Street guys who are buying chunks of this stock are going to say, we want to see profits sooner. What would you say to them if they said, cut back on some of those paid leave options and some of the ways that you treat your employees?
I think it's at the core of what we do. So we would make sure to find a way to appease both sides. So we want to make everyone happy, but taking care of team members is something that it's at the core of what we started out to do. It's one of the reasons we did this restaurant, why we started that first one back in 2006, and it's one of our top priorities. And when Brett joined us and we started this whole thing together, it's one of the things I said to him I wanted to make sure we maintained. So he's done a great job of doing that also. So
have the falafel, everybody. Yeah. That is my favorite. Brett and Ted, congratulations on a very big day. Now the real work begins.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you both so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having
the
us.
ticker is exactly what the name is, CAVA. Thank you so much.